Hey everyone, welcome to another video from Bucs Bombs. And in this video, I want to focus in on two things: staying back with the upper body and controlling the bat. And what this particularly means is making sure we have a good launch and then using the hands to set a proper bat path. So in these videos, what I have videos from Cam, Ethan Hartle, and Ethan V, and three separate videos where I have you paired up against an MLB batter. And we're just gonna focus on those two things. What is the upper body doing during launch? And how is the bat being delivered to the bat path? And how are the hands involved or not involved? So take the time, everyone, to watch through these three videos and then hang around at the end, because I have two links that I'm gonna drop in for a couple different YouTube lessons from a guy that I've learned a lot from about baseball swing, and he's going to focus in on those two things: being patient with the upper body and proper use of the hands to set the bat path. So make sure you click on those and watch those two. And parents or kids, get your parents, make sure they're watching this as well, because I want to try to reinforce this stuff so that we're all on the same page with regards to things that you can practice at home. So hope you enjoy. All right, Cam, let's take a look at your swing and Freddie Freeman's and talk about the two topics that we're talking about today, which is being patient with the upper body during our launch and what we can do with our hands once it is time to go. Let's get you both the launch position, and we talk about, again, launch being our stride with our lower body and then our pullback with our upper body. Let's get Freddie here as well. Front heel, almost down there. All right. Again, each of you know when at practice on a tee, go to launch, and you know what that means. What happens is in games, though, we get too rushed to swing. We're trying to swing with our upper body too fast as we stride. And so many of y'all are not really getting to that launch position that we know how to do in practice. It's a challenge to apply that in a game. So we really have to think about that, call it out, and work on that to build that muscle memory. Because what happens, you can see here again, let's take a look. The heels are in the same exact spot. I just want to call out this area here is what we're focusing on, trying to be patient with the upper body. Let that pull back and stay back while the lower body strides and actually begins to open. When that front heel lands, it's like hitting a switch, and your front pocket, your front hip can begin to open, and then the hands follow. And that creates the separation. What happens here when we get into this position, we see how Freddie stayed back and then his heel's in that position. And then in this instance, Cam, again, you and many of the players on the team, when that front heel lands, we're already a third of the way through our upper body unloading. And we've lost a lot of power. Let me just kind of draw what that looks like. The lower body's opening, the hips are opening, and the upper body's opening. Everything's opening at the same time, going in that direction. In contrast, when Freddie Freeman's heel lands, the hips are going that way, okay? But his hands and everything else are still back. And then you see the wrinkles in his shirt. I've talked about this in other videos. That separation, that pulling the rubber band is what creates power. And that's what we need. So I'm gonna show again, hang with me to the end of this. There's a video link for some instruction on kind of staying back and being patient. And we're gonna work on it in practice too. The second and last thing I want to just touch on is when we do go, right, when that front heel does land, what are our hands doing, and what does that translate to the bat doing? So I just want to kind of switch back over here to you, Cam. When you're kind of ready to go and the upper body starts to go, it's really just a drop of the hands, and then the bat drops even more, really deep below you. And granted, this was a low inside ball, but still, I think this is typically what the bat path looks like when we drop our hands and arms really like that. In contrast, take a look at what Freddie's doing. And I want to pay close attention to what the bat's doing, and it's actually working backwards behind his helmet. How do we control the end of the bat? Well, with our hands. We get that knob kind of working up and getting palm up, palm down, right here as he's going. And what that does is creates a real tight bite path. Look how close that is to his bicep, storing power, and then unloading it at impact. Over here, we actually lose a lot of power instantly. The bat gets away from you, and it's a very loopy swing. And I just want to show two things, or one last thing here. I want to show really the path of your bat there. You can see kind of going along that circle. Okay, and we know that the ball's coming in on a plane like that. We want our bat to be in the zone as early as possible and out of the zone as late as possible, because what if our timing's off? And then in contrast over here, Freddie's swing, okay. All right, that's gonna be Freddie's bat path. There you go, right? So for him, when that ball is coming in, he is on it early, middle, and late. He is on it all the whole time. And that's kind of the difference we're trying to work towards. All right, so hope you enjoyed the video, Cam. We've got some great things going on. We just got some things to work on. Again, this is pretty consistent for a lot of the players on our team, and we'll jump into the next one. All right, Ethan Hartle, let's take a look at your swing next to Pete Alfonso from the Mets. I believe back-to-back All-Star Home Run Derby champ. So we know we got a good swing to compare against. And you got a lot of good things going on with your swing, Ethan. But again, we're going to focus on the two things of today. It is getting your upper body to stay back during launch, and what to do with your hands to get that bat into a good slot position for bat path. So let's go ahead and jump into it and get you to launch. There we go, front heel's almost down. And Pete. Right there. Okay, let's just call out again, where is the upper body as the front heel begins to land? We can see with Pete Alonso, it has stayed back. Right, his front body is strided forward. He's stayed back with his pullback with his right arm. He's got a box with his left arm in the bat. And you can see the stretch in his jersey from that separation. That separation's power. Over here, front foot is about to land and the hands have dropped. So again, you know how to do this in the cage. We just got to work on it so that we can apply it during the swing against live pitching in a game. All right, next thing we just want to look at is how the hands are working or the arms are working to drop the bat into the slot. And what we see here, again, with Ethan is with a lot of the players on the team, the arms are just really dropping, right? There's very little movement. If you look at your hands or your wrists, there's very little movement there with your hands, and we're just dropping in, okay? And then the bat drops down, loopy, and not tight to the body. See the separation from the bat in your right bicep? Okay, and then compare it over here. I want you to watch again what the bat's doing behind Pete's, what is Pete's strides or his heel lands. Where's the bat going? The bat's working backwards behind his helmet, right? He's not just dropping his arms. He's pushing that, he's kind of getting palm, so that right glove is palm up, white glove palm down right there, and the knob is working up, and so putting the knob up makes the bat go down. We control the barrel of the bat with the knob, and then look how tight it is to his bicep. Tight, 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 connected, and then extension, and that's how you generate that power. So we'll work on that. Again, staying back on launch. You know what launch is. We just got to build that muscle memory for game time play, and then we'll work on getting that bat into a good bat path right out of the gate. So you can be in the zone early and stay through the zone on plane as long as possible. All right, Ethan, hope you enjoyed it. You got a lot of good things going. We'll just build on this, and I look forward to working with you. All right, Ethan V, let's take a look at your swing against Aaron Judge, right? I think that's an appropriate selection. Two big guys here swinging the bat. So let's take a look and get you to launch. And again, we're going to continue to focus on what is the upper body doing as we stride to launch. We know how to do it in the cage. It's just it's been a little bit hard for the team to do it in application in a game. I get it. We're trying to rush to hit the ball. We're trying to swing hard, but in the process, our mechanics are kind of breaking down. So we're going to work on that. All right, here we go. All right, let's just take a look and do the same edits that we've been doing, or little remarks here, foot and foot. Okay, let's take a look. Front foot's about to land. Again, that should be when that foot lands, that's the trigger to unload the top of the body that has stayed back. So here you, as you strided forward in your launch, the upper bodies and the hips are coming with it all at the same time. And again, this is something that a lot of young players do. To compare that against what Judge has done here, again, front foot's about to land, everything has stayed back in the upper body. See the stretches in his shirt? He's created separation and power. All right, and again, I'll just quickly show again how everything's moving forward here, but then over here, lower body, upper body staying back. The bat actually goes back. I'm going to show that in a second. All right. Okay, so we'll work on that. Again, I got some links to some videos that I want you to look at here when we're about done. All right, now let's just talk about what when it is time to go, what is the bat doing, or the bat doing, and what's causing that? Well, in this instance, the bat's just dropping because the arms are just dropping. All right, and so your arms are just dropping into the slot, and since everything's moving forward, it really, what it does is it causes this bat path to be descending and down, right, and flat. There's not a lot of shoulder tilt. We'll work on that in another video, but you can just see here throwing the arms. It's very armsy, okay? And then what we really want to aim towards, and I want you to focus in on Aaron Judge's bat. As his front heel lands, okay, heel's down now, the upper body begins to unload. All that tension is just like stored up a strong punch. It's about to unleash it now. And what he does, what direction is the bat going right here? Backwards behind his helmet. And how do we control the barrel? With our hands. And so he's working to get palm up, palm down right there. His left hand is down and his right hand is palm up. And that keeps him tight to the body. See his box that we talk about between the bat and his left arm. Hold, connection, and then release. He got jammed on that one, but I bet he hit it pretty far. And he was able to get that because he stayed connected. This bat is entering the zone early in case he's late. It's there in the middle, and if his swing is early, he's in the bat path far towards the pitcher, and he can hit those as well. So we're going to work on knob up and not just throwing the arms with our swing. All right. So again, hope this was helpful, Ethan, and you got a lot of good things going. You got a ton of power, man. I told you, you're only using about 60% of what you're capable of. So we'll keep grinding away and working on this, and you'll be launching some balls better than you even do now. So let's stick around for a second. I'm gonna drop in some other YouTube channels to watch and look forward to working with you.